Yes, it is true. A certain type of soap, antibacterial soap in particular, can destroy, hinder, obliterate your workout altogether just within one exposure to this special antibacterial soap. Let us begin. You'll understand why in a second. Chemical widely used in antibacterial hand soaps, more than just hand soaps, may impair muscle function. This appeared initially in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States back in 2012. This chemical you may be familiar with is called triclosan. Yes, the triclosan, which is actually registered as a pesticide on the EPA website. But let me give you the exact details of how much it actually can affect your heart and your muscle strength. Let us begin. Triclosan, an antibacterial chemically widely used in hand soaps and other personal care products, hinders muscle contractions at a cellular level. There we begin. Triclosan is commonly found in antibacterial personal care products such as hand soaps, as well as deodorants, mouthwashes, toothpaste. Yes, you consume it, and by the way, it passes into the skin, into the bloodstream fairly readily on top of that. Bedding, clothes, toys, how pleasant, and trash bags. Now this is how it begins. This is how it destroys your muscle strength and your heart strength. It's actually a very powerful, or I should say potent cardiac depressant. But bear with it and you'll understand why in a second. Specifically, the team evaluated the effects of triclosan on molecular channels in muscle cells that control the flow of calcium ions, creating muscle contractions. Normally, electrical stimulation, called excitation of isolated muscle fibers under experimental conditions, evokes a muscle contraction, a phenomenon known as excitation-contraction coupling, ECC, the fundamental basis of any muscle movement, including heartbeats. Now we get into how it destroys your workout and everything else. But in the presence of triclosan, the normal communication between two proteins that function as calcium channels were impaired, causing skeletal and cardiac muscle failure. But how much can that possibly cause? Well, in the animal model, you ready for this? Here we go. Mice had up to a 25% reduction in heart function measures within 20 minutes of exposure to the chemical. Now we go into grip strength. Whether you're lifting weights, doing pull-ups, whatever it is, just one exposure, keep in mind. Not lifetime like you and I are being exposed to. In addition, the mice had an 18% reduction in grip strength for up to 60 minutes after being given a single dose of triclosan. So you wash your hands, then you go work out, voila. But here's the most telling part about it, that more than anything else. Not so much with workout, but this gives you an idea what researchers said as far as how powerful it could actually damage the body. So much so, it can cause misdiagnosis. Here we go. In patients with underlying heart failure, triclosan could have significant effects because it is so widely used. However, without additional studies, it would be difficult for a physician to distinguish between natural disease progression and an environmental factor such as triclosan. That's telling. So it's more than just washing your hands with antibacterial soap and then trying to run or train or whatever it is. It's pretty nasty all the way around. It's not just washing away any bacteria, it's washing away your health. And there's far better alternatives out there today. There's no reason this has to be here for the past 4 decades. Yeah, when it was first discovered, yeah, it looked like it was safe because they thought it was inert. Since then, science has moved on, but however, for whatever, it's still here. Again, this is Ralph Churchiano. I hope this information really helps, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you.